My name is Cole, and I went on a hunting trip last October that I still can't fully explain. 5 guys, a cabin in Montana, a week in the woods. Standard stuff. We'd been planning it for months. Me, my brother Travis, our buddies Marcus, Jason, and Ben. We've known each other since high school. We go hunting every year. Same cabin, same woods, same week. Been doing it for 6 years now. This year felt different from the start. We drove up on a Sunday, 8-hour drive from Boise. Got to the cabin around 5 p.m. and it was already getting dark. October in Montana, you lose the light fast. The cabin looked exactly the same as always. Small, 2-bedroom place, wood stove, no cell service, no Wi-Fi. That's the point. Get away from everything. We unloaded the truck, brought in our gear, our food, our rifles. Travis started the fire, Jason made coffee. Normal first night routine. That's when I noticed the guest book. Every cabin like this has a guest book. People who rent it sign in, leave comments. We'd signed it every year. I flipped through it out of habit while the coffee brewed. Our signatures were there, all 5 of us, every year for the past 6 years. But there was another entry from last week. 5 names: Cole, Travis, Marcus, Jason, and Ben. Our names. Same handwriting as our previous entries. My handwriting for Cole, Travis's handwriting for Travis. Dated October 15th, 1 week ago. "Hey guys," I said, "did any of you come up here last week?" Everyone looked at me like I was crazy. "We all drove up together today," Marcus said. "You were in the truck with us." "Look at this." I showed them the guest book. They gathered around, read the entry. Long silence. "That's not our handwriting," Jason finally said. But it was. We compared it to our previous year's entries. Identical. "Someone's screwing with us," Ben said. "Probably the guys who rented before us. Copied our signatures as a joke." That made sense, sort of. We tried to laugh it off. But it bothered me all night. The next morning, we headed out early. Hunting season had just opened. We split up. Travis and Marcus went north. Jason and Ben went west. I went east. We had walkie-talkies. Check in every 2 hours. I was about 3 miles from the cabin when I found the tree stand. A hunting tree stand. Platform attached to a tree about 15 feet up. Gives you a good vantage point for deer. I climbed up. Good spot. Could see a clearing, a game trail. Settled in to wait. That's when I saw the carving in the tree. Cole, October 15th. Last week's date. My name. Carved fresh, the wood was still light-colored where the bark had been cut away. I radioed the others. "Anyone been up here before? East Trail about 3 miles out?" "Negative," Travis responded. "First time this year. Why?" "Nothing. Never mind." I tried to focus on hunting. Saw a few does. No bucks worth taking. But I couldn't stop thinking about that carving. That afternoon, we all met back at the cabin. Compared notes. Nobody had seen anything worth shooting yet. "Hey," Marcus said. "Weird thing. Found a tree stand on the North Trail. Had my name carved in it. Marcus, October 15th, like last week." My blood went cold. I found one too. East Trail, my name, same date. Travis, Jason, and Ben all looked at each other. "South Trail," Jason said quietly. "My name, October 15th. West Trail, same thing. North Trail had 2, Travis said. Mine and Marcus's." We stood there in silence. "Someone is seriously messing with us," Marcus finally said. "This isn't funny anymore." "Who would even do this?" Ben asked. "We're miles from anywhere. Who knew we'd be here?" "We book the same cabin every year," I pointed out. "Someone could have figured out the pattern, come up here last week and set this up." "Why, though?" Jason asked. Nobody had an answer. That night, we considered leaving, packing up, going home. But we'd paid for the week, driven 8 hours. We weren't going to let some prank ruin our trip. We decided to stay, but we moved all the rifles inside, locked the doors, just in case. I barely slept, kept hearing noises outside, footsteps, branches breaking. Probably just deer. Probably. Day 3, we went out again, same directions as before. I went east, toward the same tree stand. When I got there, there was something hanging from the stand. A deer. Gutted and dressed, fresh, killed this morning. A tag attached to its ear, the kind you're required to attach when you harvest a deer. My tag, my license number, my name. But I didn't kill a deer. I radioed everyone back to the cabin. Emergency, now. When we all gathered, everyone was pale. Marcus had found the same thing, a deer gutted and dressed with Marcus's tag. So did Travis, and Jason, and Ben. 5 deer, 5 tags, our names and license numbers. None of us had killed deer. Okay, Travis said, his voice shaking. Someone stole our tags. Someone killed these deer and put our tags on them. That's poaching. That's illegal. They're trying to frame us. How did they get our tags? Ben asked. They're in our wallets. We all checked. Our tags were in our wallets, still there. Copies, Marcus said. They made copies of our tags somehow. But hunting tags aren't just paper. They're special permits, hard to duplicate. You can't just photocopy them. We need to report this, Jason said. Call the ranger station.
No cell service, I reminded him. Then we drive out, Ben said. We pack up and we leave and we report this. We agreed, started packing. We'd been there less than 3 days, but we were done. As we loaded the truck, Travis went back inside one more time. Forgot my jacket, he called. We heard him shout. We ran inside. Travis was standing in the living room holding the guest book. Look, he whispered. A new entry. Today's date. October 21st. 5 names. Cole, Travis, Marcus, Jason, Ben. We didn't write that, Marcus said. It wasn't there this morning, I added. Same handwriting. Our handwriting. But none of us had touched the guest book today. Below our names, a note in my handwriting. Great hunting this year. Got our deer on day 3. Heading home satisfied. We're leaving, right now. We grabbed what we'd already packed, left the rest. Just wanted out. Got in the truck, Travis drove, we were all silent. 8-hour drive back to Boise. Nobody spoke for the first hour. We stopped for gas about 2 hours in, small town. I went inside to use the bathroom. When I came out, there was an old guy pumping gas next to our truck. He looked at our license plate, then at us. You boys coming from hunting? He asked. Yeah, Travis said, up near Thompson Falls. Any luck? We all looked at each other. No, I said, didn't see anything worth taking. The old guy smiled. Strange smile. That's funny, he said, because I was up at Benson's butcher shop this morning. They had 5 deer being processed. Tags all said they were from that area. Dated October 21st, today. My heart stopped. 5 deer, he continued. Let me remember the names on the tags. Cole, Travis, Marcus, Jason, and Ben. He looked at each of us as he said our names. That wasn't us, Marcus said. Sure, the old guy said. None of my business anyway. You boys have a safe drive. He got in his truck and drove away. We sat there in the parking lot for 20 minutes. Nobody moved. Finally, Jason spoke. We didn't kill those deer. I know, Travis said. But someone did. Someone killed 5 deer, put our names on them, brought them to a butcher shop. Someone who knew we'd be at that cabin. Someone who knew we'd be hunting. Someone who knew our names. Someone who can forge our handwriting, Marcus said. Someone who carved our names in trees last week. Someone who was at the cabin today, I said, who wrote in the guest book after we started packing. We drove straight through, got back to Boise at 2 a.m. The next day, I called the Montana Fish and Game Department, reported everything, the tags, the deer, the butcher shop. They investigated. The butcher shop confirmed. 5 deer, processed October 21st, tags with our names and license numbers. But the tags were legitimate, not copies, not fakes, our actual tags, the ones we still had in our wallets. Fish and Game didn't know what to make of it, neither did we. We never went back to that cabin. But here's the thing that keeps me up at night. Last week, I got a photo in the mail, no return address. It was a picture of all 5 of us, standing in front of that cabin, holding rifles, smiling, with 5 dead deer laid out in front of us. I don't remember taking that picture. None of us do. But there we are, clear as day. On the back, someone wrote in my handwriting, "See you next October." If this story is giving you chills, imagine what's coming next. Hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next tale of horror, because things are about to get much, much worse. Moving is always a mess. I know that. Between the boxes, the address changes, the forwarded mail that takes forever to actually forward, it's chaos. So when I started getting someone else's mail at my new apartment, I didn't think anything of it. My name is Ryan, and I moved into apartment 4B at 2240 Birchwood Drive in September. Fresh start after a bad breakup. New neighborhood, new chapter. The apartment was clean, the rent was reasonable, and the landlord, Mr. Gable, seemed like the kind of guy who fixed things when they broke. Perfect. First week, I got a piece of mail addressed to a Daniel Marsh at my address. Just a Netflix bill. I crossed out the barcode, wrote "Return to sender," wrong address, and left it in the outgoing mail. Normal stuff. Second week, 2 more pieces for Daniel Marsh. A credit card statement, and what looked like a doctor's appointment reminder. I did the same thing, returned them. Third week, 4 pieces. I mentioned it to Mr. Gable when I saw him in the hallway. "Oh yeah, previous tenant," he said, not even looking up from his phone. "Just return them. He'll get it sorted eventually." So Daniel Marsh had lived here before me. Made sense. I kept returning the mail. But week 4 is when things started feeling a little off. I got a piece of mail from the same dentist I go to, Dr. Patricia Walsh on Elm Street. Appointment reminder for Daniel Marsh. My dentist, sending mail to my address for someone else. I told myself it was a coincidence. There are probably dozens of dentists in this city. Dr. Walsh is well reviewed. Maybe Daniel Marsh just had the same dentist. I returned the mail. Week 5, I got a magazine subscription renewal notice. The magazine was Popular Mechanics. I've subscribed to Popular Mechanics since I was 19, been renewing it every year without fail. The renewal notice was for Daniel Marsh. Okay, 2 coincidences. Lots of people read Popular Mechanics. I told myself to chill out. Week 6, I got a gym membership renewal from CrossFit Central on Jefferson Avenue. The gym I joined 3 weeks ago. The gym that didn't exist 6 months ago. It was a completely new location that just opened. For Daniel Marsh. I stood there in my kitchen holding that gym membership renewal, and I felt this cold, creeping feeling in my stomach, because that wasn't a coincidence. A gym that just opened, that I joined 3 weeks ago, was already sending renewal notices to the person who used to live in my apartment. I called CrossFit Central. "Hey, I'm getting mail for a Daniel Marsh at my address. He doesn't live here. Can you update his records?" "Of course. Let me pull up his account." Pause. That's strange. Daniel Marsh's account shows this address as his home gym location, but his billing address is different. He's an active member. Active? When did he join? Let me see. He joined about 4 months ago. I joined 3 weeks ago. Daniel Marsh joined CrossFit Central 4 months ago, before it even opened, at a location that only exists now, and somehow ended up attached to my home address. "Can you give me his contact information?" I asked. "I'm sorry, I can't share member information." I hung up and Googled Daniel Marsh, 2240 Birchwood Drive. Nothing useful. Tried Daniel Marsh, my city. Too many results. Tried Facebook, Instagram. Too many Daniel Marshes. I let it go. Weird, but whatever. Week 7, I got a letter from my health insurance provider, Blue Shield. Annual wellness summary. Addressed to Daniel Marsh. My health insurance provider. My exact plan. for Daniel Marsh at my address. I called Blue Shield. I keep getting mail for a previous tenant at my address, Daniel Marsh. Can you update his records? Can I have his member ID? I don't have that. I'm not him. I just keep getting his mail. I'm sorry. I can't look up an account without a member ID or date of birth. Does anyone named Daniel Marsh have an active policy with you? I can't confirm or deny account information for privacy reasons. Dead end. Week 8, I took all the returned mail. I'd kept copies, photographed everything, and laid them out on my kitchen table. Dr. Walsh, Popular Mechanics, CrossFit Central, Blue Shield, a car insurance renewal from State Farm, my car insurance company, a subscription box from Outdoor Gear Monthly, which I subscribed to. Everything I had, Daniel Marsh had too. Same dentist, same magazine, same gym, same insurance companies, same subscription boxes. I grabbed my laptop and pulled up my own accounts. Blue Shield, my plan was a gold PPO, started in January. Daniel Marsh's Blue Shield letter was also gold PPO. State Farm, I drive a 2019 Honda Civic, gray. Daniel Marsh's State Farm letter referenced a 2019 Honda Civic. Not similar, exact. I didn't sleep well that night. The next morning, I called Mr. Gable. Mr. Gable, I need to ask you something about Daniel Marsh. Pause. Who? The previous tenant, the one whose mail I keep getting. Ryan, I don't know what you're talking about. You were the first tenant in 4B. I had the place painted and cleaned before you moved in, but nobody lived there before you. That's not possible. I've been getting his mail since I moved in. Mail forwarding mix-ups happen all the time. Could be a data entry error somewhere. Someone typed in the wrong address and it just propagated through various systems. His gym membership is at a gym that opened after I moved in. Long pause. I honestly don't know what to tell you, Ryan. You're my first tenant at that unit. I hung up and sat very still for a long time. If Daniel Marsh never lived here, why was his mail coming here? And why did Daniel Marsh have my exact life? I called my mom, just to talk, just to feel normal. I asked how the new apartment was going. I said fine. I asked about her garden. She said the tomatoes were doing well. Normal conversation. After I hung up, I got a piece of mail. Letter from T-Mobile. Bill for Daniel Marsh. I have T-Mobile. I opened it. I know you're not supposed to open someone else's mail, but I didn't care anymore. The bill was for one line. The phone number was one digit different from mine. I stared at that for a long time. One digit different. I typed the number into my phone. Didn't call it, just typed it, stared at it. Then I Googled that phone number. One result, a Craigslist listing from 4 months ago. Someone selling a 2019 Honda Civic, gray. Same year, same color as mine. Listed by Daniel. The listing had been removed, but Google had cached it. The description was still visible. And there in the listing, moving soon, selling before the move. This car has been great. Sad to let it go. Moving soon. Daniel Marsh was moving 4 months ago, right before I moved in. Not from this apartment. Mr. Gable confirmed nobody lived here before me, but Daniel Marsh was moving somewhere. And somehow, his new life and my new life were identical. Same services, same subscriptions, same car, same insurance, same gym, same dentist. 2 people, parallel lives, one address. I spent the next 3 days trying to find Daniel Marsh. Social media deep dive, public records, everything. I found one result that felt real. A LinkedIn profile created 6 months ago, completely empty. No connections, no work history, no photo, just a name. Daniel Marsh. The account had one activity. It had viewed my LinkedIn profile 3 months ago. I felt sick. Someone created a LinkedIn profile with the name Daniel Marsh and used it specifically to look at my profile, then never used the account for anything else. I printed everything out, every piece of mail, every connection, every coincidence, took it to the police. The officer, a tired-looking guy named Detective Harlow, went through my folder. "So you're getting someone else's mail," he said. "Mail that matches my life exactly. Could be identity theft preparation, someone building a parallel profile of you. That's what I think. But nothing has actually happened to you. No fraudulent accounts, no credit issues." I checked. No. Then there's not much we can do. No crime has been committed. You're just getting the wrong mail. Someone is building a life that matches mine exactly. Or it's a series of coincidences and data errors. He handed my folder back. "Check your credit report, freeze it if you're worried, change your passwords, be vigilant." I went home. That night I did everything he said. Checked credit report, clean, froze it, changed every password, updated security questions. Then I sat down and wrote out a timeline. Daniel Marsh's mail started arriving the week I moved in. The services matched mine almost immediately, too fast for someone to research me and copy my choices. The gym membership predated mine, but at a location that didn't exist yet. Unless Daniel Marsh didn't copy me. Unless I copied Daniel Marsh. I moved here in September. What if Daniel Marsh had set up all these services, dentist, gym, insurance, magazine, at this address, and then I moved in and independently chose all the same things? What if we just had identical taste, identical lifestyle, and the universe or bad data entry or some algorithm just kept sending his mail here even though he lived somewhere else? That almost made me feel better. Almost. Until I checked my email that night and found something in my spam folder. A welcome email from CrossFit Central, addressed to Daniel Marsh, sent to my email address. Not his email, my email. They had my email address on file for Daniel Marsh. I never gave CrossFit Central my email for any purpose other than my own account. But Daniel Marsh's account somehow had my email attached to it. I logged into CrossFit Central's member portal, looked up check-in history. Daniel Marsh had checked into CrossFit Central 14 times in the last month. Every single check-in was at the same time I checked in, same days, same times, to the minute. I checked mine Mondays and Thursdays at 6:30 a.m., Saturday at 9 a.m. His, Mondays and Thursdays at 6:30 a.m., Saturday at 9 a.m. I had been in the same room as Daniel Marsh 14 times. I just didn't know which one he was. I went to CrossFit Central the next Monday, 6:30 a.m. I showed up early and watched everyone come in, studied every face, looked for anyone who looked like they were watching me. Nobody stood out. 20 people in the class, all regulars I recognized. I asked the front desk if I could see the check-in log. "We can't share other members' information." "Is Daniel Marsh here today? Did he check in?" The receptionist, a college-aged girl named Brittany, looked at her screen. Her expression shifted just slightly. "That membership has been deactivated as of this morning," she said carefully. "What? Why?" "I'm not authorized to say." "Was he here today? Did he check in?" "I'm sorry, I can't." "Was he here?" I said too loudly. People looked over. "Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to lower your voice." I left. I never got another piece of mail for Daniel Marsh after that day. It stopped completely. No explanation, no forwarding address, nothing. That was 6 weeks ago. Last week, I was cleaning under my couch and found something. A cell phone. Old, cracked screen, dead battery. Not mine. I charged it with a universal charger I had. It turned on. No passcode, wallpaper, a photo of my apartment building, taken from outside, my window visible in the photo. One contact saved in the phone. The contact name, Ryan. The number, mine. No calls made, no texts sent, just my number, saved, ready to call. I don't know who Daniel Marsh is. I don't know why he had my number saved in a hidden phone under my couch. I don't know why he had my exact life, my exact schedule, my exact everything. But I know he was here, in this apartment, before me or during or both. Mr. Gable still insists nobody lived here before me. But somebody left that phone, and somebody had my number saved in it. And whoever it was knew exactly which couch to hide it under, because it's the same couch I have. Or maybe it was his couch first.